We're back, and this time around we're gonna have some Isengard build orders. Alright, so the first one, starting things off, it's gonna be the Clansteading into the Uruk Pit. Now in this one you're gonna have the Clansteading and Uruk Pit quite early on, so you'll have a nice mix of Wildmen and Uruk-Hai. And usually you go for some Wildmen with some Uruk crossbows early on. And that might make your opponent go for cav, then you mix in some pikes later on and you'll have a pretty good push going at that point. And so let's check it out. Alright, we're loaded in, so we're gonna have the two furnaces. Rotate your furnaces so that they are positioned this way. The pointy end towards your fort. That's the best way to position these furnaces. And we're going to be picking up War Chant because that's super strong as Eisen. And also you do want to pick up Kerbane as well at some point early on. It's also really good. In the early game, especially if you're Isengard, very strong. And so after this, I'm going to go right into that Clansteading just like that. And once that is up and building, gonna expand to our third furnace. Get a Wildman out. You could either play aggressively with that Wildman or play defensively, your choice there. Usually best to go probably aggressive with Wildmen since you want to make use of them. Alright, don't forget our furnace here. Boom. And we'll just make a Wildman, and then after that we'll make our Uruk Pit. And then we'll get some Uruk crossbows going, which should be pretty good. Alright, let's see here. This takes quite a bit to build. Takes quite a while. Alright, get those Wildmen going. Let's rally that over here. And then we'll get that Uruk Pit. Also build it kind of like this so we protect this first furnace here. Make sure there's no gap here. Might be a gap, but it should be fine, I think. Now we got our first Wildman battalion here. We can send them out, start making another one right away. And then we can either make, we can make some crossbows here or a pike. If you're super worried about a cav start, for instance, you can make those pikes as well. Also, these Wildmen have a torch upgrade, which makes them deal a crazy amount of damage against buildings. So if you want to do some nice building damage, you can always just get that upgrade for these Wildmen. It is 200, quite expensive, but they went cav. A bad thing to do. Let's cancel our crossbows and get straight into pikes. We'll send these guys back. Get our builder here, and we can also expand now perhaps here. While these pikes are coming, the Wildmen are coming. I'm gonna send these guys over here. In this case, we want to actually, we don't want to go right into the cav. We want to work around the cav until our pikes are out. Send pikes with those Wildmen. And we can have a wall hub here just in case he comes, but it doesn't look like he's coming just yet. Get these guys together. That way they'll be protected against the cav. The Wildmen a little bit back so they don't get trampled first. And then we'll have like a two-sided prong attack here, potentially. Keep on producing here. And eventually, like in the mid to late game, you want to upgrade this to a tier 2 so you get those axe throwers. Wildmen fall off hard after the early game, so you definitely don't want to keep them around. Now we'll just go and attack here with everything. The cav are coming, it seems like. I have another pike here. Looks like he's going for this one, which is unfortunate. We just sell that off. While we're doing some damage over here, let's buff. This cav is here, so we can actually just do a lot of damage here, just like this. And we'll get some resources from that. Okay, let's deal with the calf here. Send some more wildmen to go and do their thing. We also need to cancel this and remake these. Doing quite a bit of damage, getting the money, so just in case you're wondering, wildmen, when they attack buildings, they actually give you some resources constantly. So this build, you're going to have a lot of resources, and I mean, after this point, I mean, you want to kind of level up your wildman center here. Just keep making Uruk-Hai, and eventually, this is just like a starting build, you know? You want to move into something else later on, like perhaps maybe a siege works, get Lurtz out. Lurtz very, very good. Maybe even Saruman eventually. You also want to make some lumbers, mid to late game. Because also can go into some Warg riders if you want to. Get Sharku with Warg riders. And yeah, I mean, it's up to you, whatever is most amusing to you, or whatever you feel like is going to be most beneficial. So yeah, let's move on to the next build. Alright, moving into the second build, we're going to have just the Uruk Pit Opener. This one works pretty well against elves and men. You're going to have some good Uruk-Hai infantry out, which is going to be a lot stronger than their infantry. Also, you can also go right into some quick Warg riders to really deal with their archer line and do a bit of harassing as well. So let's take a look. Alright, once again, the double furnace. 97%, don't forget about that. War chant. And then right away, we're gonna go right into that Uruk Pit. Get some Uruk-Hai swordsmen out and see what happens here. Alright. We're gonna also expand with that third one here. As soon as we can afford it here. 97 again. Make sure it's facing kind of towards the fort, the pointy end. This is the best way to place the furnace here. Alright, once this is done, we'll make an Uruk-Hai swordsman battalion. And then we'll make a furnace after that point. Boom, get that Uruk-Hai going. And after the Uruk-Hai, you could either go for crossbows or some pikemen if you want to do some early creeping. Up to you. Let's get this going. Alright, since Uruk-Hai are pretty strong, one of the strongest early infantries, you kind of want to make use of them and probably attack. You can also defend if you want to. And let's go into the pikes. It's a little bit risky, but we'll see what happens here. Because we're gonna be vulnerable for a bit here. And we'll go right into that Warg pit here. Try to get some damage done. These guys are super tanky, super strong early. So we'll see what we can do here. And make sure you don't forget about the Warg pit here. And he went cav once again. This is not a great situation. In this situation, you kind of want to use your buff here before they trample you, so they will be forced to use their buff as well. And that way it will just take them a while to finish them off, and you'll be able to... And just like that, they ran into our pikes, and we can actually just go ahead and go right into creeping now. Instantly level 2 there, very nice indeed. Get some crossbows out. And we can just do a big push here. Warg pit is done. We'll upgrade that right away. Make sure you upgrade that. You can also just start actually expanding as well now. Get those furnaces up and running. Alright, pikes and X-bows here with the Warg riders. Could be pretty good. And there we go, Uruk Pit is expanded. Get those Warg riders out as well. And we're gonna make a push here. We do have the pikes with the X-bows, so pretty good here. The cav will not be able to do too much against this. There's a Builda. Wargs are almost out here. Getting some more guys. Buff here. We'll deal with the cav right away and take out some of these Mallarns. Make sure you don't attack it with those Uruk crossbows, just with the pikes there. Select the crossbows, click an S on them to make them stop attacking. And with these guys, we can kind of split off here and do some damage. Builda, use the crossbows to maybe attack the Builda, just like that. Builda is gone. Keep the guys close here. Keep macroing behind this, more wargs. Make sure to expand as well. And there's another pike battalion. We have lots of wargs here. We can go in defensive stance fight here. Use Howl. And we should be able to win that fight. In the meantime, we're going to be doing a lot of damage here. Make sure you clump up here. Focus this as much as you can. We won that fight. Always good defensive stance. Cav against cav. The best stance to do. We even have power points for Kurbane now. And this is pretty much it. At this point, he can't really do too much about this anymore. We can trample our crossbows, but we've already done a lot of damage here. And yeah, after this, once again, you can do whatever. You can maybe get a Clansteading if you want. You can either get a second Uruk Pit. Forge works is very good for the ballista against elves. Lurtz is super good always. And Saruman, make sure you get all the lumbers too, eventually middle to late game. And it's really up to whatever your opponent is doing. The Warg Riders with Sharku, make sure you get Sharku with the Warg Riders. He does do quite a lot to really boost their effectiveness. And just like that, make sure you just buy him whenever you can. And make sure you always expand too. This is pretty much the build. And yeah, let's move on to that next one. Alright, our next build is going to be the Warg Pack Opener. Now, this one's can be used against Men of the West, Elves, and Isengard. And it's also pretty good against Dwarves, just because you can use those Warg Packs to really shut down those forward mine shafts the Dwarf loves to do. Just kind of move your Warg Packs behind the mine shaft and take them down pretty easily. They're also pretty quick, so they're good against stuff like that. And yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. You use those Warg Packs to harass. Also, you can use them to defend and then group them up with some Uruk-Hai, warriors, crossbows, what have you, and just do a big push there with the Warg Packs acting as a little bit of a buffer for your crossbows, and you can make a pretty juicy push with this. So let's check it out. Alright, once again to Furnace. And with this one, we want to pick up Kurbane first. The reason why is because Warg Packs have a Howl ability. And you cannot use War Chant with their Howl ability, so Kurbane is the best thing to use. This is going to act as a debuff while the Warg Howl is going to be buffing them. So you can make use of the powers a bit better in this way, since War Chant and the Warg Howls do not stack. Alright. Get that Warg Pit going. And gonna be building our third furnace here. Alright, just like that. After that, make 2 Warg packs here as soon as you possibly can. Warg pack 250. Alright, just like that. And after the second Warg pack is out, you want to make that Uruk Pit. There we go, just queue up 2. And that Uruk Pit is building, you also want to make yet another one. And you're going to be harassing. You can also defend with these guys. If you flank your guys or your enemy, if they're attacking this, you can flank behind them. Use Howl, use Crebain if need be. That's pretty good here. See this Howl here? It's a buff, so it doesn't stack with War Chant, but it works well with Crebain. Alright, make sure you don't forget that Uruk Pit. Can't forget that, very important here. Get yet another Warg pack. Make sure you move in with these guys, do some damage. He's sending something over here. We can Howl here, take this out. Just like that. They do quite a good amount of damage too, just like that. Stack them together. These guys, we'll see what's coming. Ooh, okay, that's a bit nasty. We can't really do too much about that. We'll just have to be aggressive. We'll have to just make Uruk-Hai warriors here. Try to make a wall hub real quick here, if that makes it in time. And yeah, try to do as much damage as you can with these guys. He's aggroed on our Warg Pit, which is fine. It's actually kind of good. Maybe, if we don't lose it. We'll over here take this down. Just like that. Level 2 Warg packs. We're taking this one down. I might actually lose that. It's fine. Mix in some crossbowmen. We do have these Warg packs chilling. Forgot about them. But we're doing a good amount of damage in the meantime. So this is pretty good. We don't want to lose the furnace, however. And we don't want to lose our wargs, because this is the only wargs we have left. And we don't want to lose them. We can Howl over here. Ooh, don't want to fight that. Fall back. We lost that. Looks like he buffed himself for that. And I want to rebuild that really quickly. And expand in the meantime. And we're just going to be doing a push here. We still have our Crebain, so we should be able to do a good push here. Use these guys as like a buffer. Spawn the Crebain, get our Uruks going. Use Howl. Okay, these guys have to run. We don't want to fight Mythlons with these guys. Those Uruk-Hai warriors will be able to deal with that. Oh, look at that, even getting a Hilda. And since we have some Uruk-Hai, we can pick up War Chant. And we're just gonna do a big attack now. We have War Chant, we have some harassing Builda going down. And after this, I mean, we're gonna have a pretty nice force going here. We can also just make whatever. We're gonna remake our Warg Pit if you want to. If you want some Warg Riders, you can make another Uruk Pit. Clansteading. Make sure we're always expanding. And yeah, we have buff here, big buff. Not much you can do now. We're also harassing in the back at the same time. And doing a good job there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Also, you can just whatever you feel like going into. Heroes, more infantry, upgrades later on. Whatever can work, you know. You gotta know what your opponent's doing first. If he's going a lot of archers, Warg Riders are good with Sharku and Ballista. And if he's going like heroes, you can get Lurtz out. Lurtz is super good against heroes. And just a lot of infantry there in that case. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's move on to the next one. Our next build is going to be the double Clansteading build. Now, this one is really good against goblins and Isengard, just for the fact that you can apply a lot of pressure very quickly and kind of get them into an unexpected state. The Wildmen are pretty good as well. If you attack buildings, once again, they do pillage resources. So you'll find yourself with some good cash, some good resources out of nowhere if you do attack some buildings. And let's check it out. Alright, once again, doing this once again here. Pick up that war chant. We're fighting elves again. Forgot to switch it up, but we'll see how the build goes against elves. As soon as it's done, Clansteading. Once again, you do want to do this against like Gobs and Eisen mostly. Not sure how well it's going to be doing against other factions, but it could still work. A little bit scary with elves and men because they could go that cab start, and it's going to be pretty rough. You're gonna, yeah, gonna be countered that way pretty easily. Alright, once this is finished, we'll make a Wildmen battalion here.
We're done with this one. We had chores to tend to. What were we supposed to do?
Just like that. You can also send these guys actually over here first, just in case he does a cav opener. We want to kind of avoid it if we can. And we're going to make our second Clansteading as soon as we can. Make sure there's no space here. Boom. You can also make this one go like here, for instance. Alright, I'm just gonna spam out Wildmen like crazy and expand a little bit.
Get going. Get pushing. Hurry it up. We run into some Wargs. We can't build there. This spot is no good.
Just keep on pumping out the Wildmen. Send these guys in the middle, see what's happening. And we'll have these guys up top go in. And actually he's over here. Not gonna see us. Not gonna focus on us. Unfortunately for him, he's gonna be taking some damage. Keep on making the Wildmen. Now this is what I'm talking about. This build really starts to add up. You do get a lot of Wildmen. You can also get torches on these guys, don't forget. And once again, look at this. They're pillaging the resources from this tree. You're gonna get quite a bit. So it does add up quite a bit. Keep on making them and expanding when you can. Also have these guys here. They're getting kind of attacked, but micro them away here. Get behind the tree so they don't attack us. Boom, just like that. They're gonna be triggered over here as well. We're gonna just keep on making those Wildmen back at home here. Just swarming them. Get some in the middle. Get these guys back in. Get these guys over here, for instance. Make sure we keep on expanding in the meantime. We want to fight. Don't want to fight that. He wasted his war chant. Or his rallying call. Just walk away from that. Get torches on this, guys. Let's take a look at the torch devastation. So, we're getting that right now. It's almost there. We're going to attack his Mithlons. And boom, look, we have torches, and look how fast this is going to fall. Look at that. Just right away, instantly going down. Super quick and easy with that torch upgrade. And we're also back here. Can also just get torches just for the lulz here. And these guys will be chasing them. We have these guys. We can also, you can creep with these guys, by the way, and they will pillage, use pillage on the lair as well. So you will get some money from that, some resources. For instance, we can always just pillage the Warg lairs, keep making them, and I mean, he's pretty much done for here. Once again, show the power of the pillage here. Since you can actually, just pillage this. And there we go, we have the torches on these guys here. Meet them up here. Let's have Wildmen everywhere. There's a tree here, boom. And so just like that, we also get the pillage money from attacking these lairs. Get over here, defend, and I mean, pretty much this is the build. You can also take up into anything you want. Uruk Pit, Warg Riders, Siege Works, Hero, and should be pretty good moving on forward. So let's move into that final build now. Moving into our last build, we're gonna have the Caveman and Wargies build, as I like to call it, and this one is very aggressive, and it does have a timer on it for say, I mean, it falls off very hard very quickly, and you need to do some damage with it, or just add an Uruk Pit as soon as you can, because I mean, Wildmen and Warg packs are quite they're super good early, but they do tend to fall off very hard, so you want to add in a lot more meat, some Uruk-Hai, and some bigger, better stuff as Isengard. So let's see it in action, shall we? Alright, here we go. Once again, 2 furnace start. Gonna pick up the Crabane here, just because we're gonna go for Warg packs and Howl. Their Howl plus War Chant doesn't stack once again, so I'm gonna pick up the Crabane. Go right into that Clansteading. Get our 3rd furnace going into the Wildmen, and then we're gonna place down that Warg Pit. Just like that. And after the first Wildmen, gonna queue him up and then get that Warg Pit going as soon as we possibly can.
We're done with this one. The eye is watching us. We're done. The torches are ready.
The torches are ready. Okay.
We got chores to tend to.
Alright, gonna get this up right away.
Hold it. This place ain't gonna work. Build.
Just like that, make sure there's no gap here. And we're gonna see what's going on here. Make some more Wildmen. Gonna be pretty harass-oriented build here. We're gonna be attacking everywhere. Gonna make use of these units as early as we possibly can, because they are going to fall off really hard. Make sure we're gonna add in an Uruk Pit in time. Don't stay on this too long. You want to add in some Uruk-Hai in due time. We'll get the torches upgrade here, and we'll jump right on top of his tunnels. And we're getting that nice eco bonus. Get those Warg packs going. Gonna rally this kind of down here, and gonna go away from this. We don't want to really fight. We're gonna do a lot of back and forth hit and run tactics. Make sure we're always expanding. Although we can't really do too much of this against goblins. They are quite faster than us, but we can do some damage there. Get some torches over here. Those wargs are coming out. Also want to keep on making them as much as we can as soon as they're off cooldown here. Make sure we don't forget to rally that. We can also take this down here, and we do have torches bought here. Keep on making wildmen, don't forget to keep on macroing. Warg packs, we can also creep with these guys. Also, one thing we can do with these guys, we can creep with them. Alright, so we're getting attacked over here. So as these wargs and everything are out, we can also defend against this. And these are gobos. We don't need to use Kerbane here, but just to show it off, use Kerbane plus Howl here. And it's a pretty good defense against like any kind of big infantry. Keep on macro and sending these guys back in. We're gonna clean these up, save our furnace, and even expand again. And yeah, once again, yeah, we're already forgetting it, but don't forget to add in an Uruk Pit as soon as you can. We're just gonna creep with these guys as well here. Why not? Okay, these guys are going in. Get this weakened tunnel with this. Yeah, don't forget about this. We always want to get that Uruk Pit going. Get these guys over on this one. We need that pillage resources. Get these guys back because we don't want to lose them, for instance. We also have some guys chilling over here. Let's go in. These guys leveled off that lair, so they're level 2 now. They did regenerate up, which is very nice. Get these guys out of here. And just like that, we're going to have our Uruk Pit up and running. And at this point, you can just do whatever you feel like. Go into Warg Riders, going to Axe Throwers, get some nice Uruk-Hai meat going there. Some juicy, strong Uruks. Get Lurtz out, and boom, just like that. Already get Lurtz. The pillage income is pretty nice. We're losing guys over here, but this is just to show the build here. Kind of just talking about it for now. And yeah, keep doing some damage here. Keep them kind of in their base. Get some nice Uruk-Hai going. And make sure you're always expanding as soon as you can. And whatever time makes sense to expand. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Next one's gonna be goblins. Leave a like and sub if you want to see more like this. And yeah, next time we're gonna be going into the goblin build orders, and then after that we're gonna finish it up with Angmar, of course. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys next time for the goblin build orders. Until next time, guys, stay safe and peace out.